Okay, so we just returned from a short break, and one of the things I wanted to say to you, Lionel, was about the original plans for WCW after WWF had brought it. So the original plan was to have WCW as a separate brand to WWF. So it wasn't originally like an invasion angle. It was going to be like one show would be WWF, the other show would be WCW. So I think it's most likely that SmackDown would have been made a WCW show, and there would have been some crossover matches every now and then, but for the most part, they would have been separate brands. But the only problem with that was that there wasn't much interest from networks to have a WCW show, especially because a lot of their major stars were still under contract to AOL Time Warner, so they weren't actually WCW employees. The big stars, they were under contract to Time Warner, and therefore their contracts were not transferable. So
Oh,
one or two workers actually bought their contracts out. The most notable being DDP, and also on that documentary we watched recently, it said Booker T as well, which I didn't know about. Um, but yeah, a lot of the big stars weren't going to be available from WCW, so that was one of the issues going against them, really. So as there was no WCW show, the idea was to do that invasion angle instead.